All right, guys, our guest tonight is former TNA and WWE World Heavyweight Champion Jeff Hardy. How you doing tonight, man?
Not too bad. How are y'all?
Listen, we can't complain. We got Jeff Hardy on the show. We're very excited, man. Okay, listen, let's start with you and your brother Matt. You guys, the Hardy Boys, are reuniting for Thursday's Destination X edition of Impact Wrestling. You guys will be squaring off against the Wolves in a Tag Team Championship match. What are your feelings about teaming up with your brother again, and what should the fans expect from this match?
This week on Impact is, beyond great. It's when you talk about tag team wrestling, this is the top of the mountain, man. I mean, the Wolves, one of the best tag teams in the world, and my brother and I, the Hardy Boys, are back, in TNA, and we're going for the titles one more time, and you do not want to miss this match this week on TNA Impact Wrestling. It's a show stealer.
Mike Chiari?
Jeff, with yourself and Matt wrestling a couple of matches as a team in New York, is the Hardy Boys reunion in TNA just a short-term deal, or do you anticipate and expect maybe teaming together for the foreseeable future and getting back into the tag team scene on a more permanent basis?
It's kind of the unknown. I mean, I don't know what Matt wants to do or what he's going to do as far as a long-term deal. I would like it to be long-term, but right now it feels short-term, but I can't speak for Matt, so, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
BG?
Jeff, you and Matt have always been among the most innovative tag teams in the business. Now that you have a bit more freedom in the ring when working together, how often do you two discuss new maneuvers that you could do? And has there ever been something that you guys wanted to try in the ring but haven't had the opportunity to do so?
I've had some recent new ideas that I've talked to Matt about. We haven't debuted them yet, but they're pretty possible. It's like riding a bicycle kind of. Matt and I hadn't teamed for a long time, and we did an Omega show at Union Pines, the high school that Matt and I graduated from, and we wrestled the Briscoe brothers, and the whole show, from beginning to end was just so good, and the Briscoes versus the Hardys was just a killer main event. And then I did a few other indie shots with Matt, and we were, we went out there and we were just as good as we've ever been. And now, to be wrestling the Wolves, the TNA Tag Team Champions, and we tear it up. There's so much to do that hasn't been done. It's just following through with that vision and trying to conquer it.
All right, well, listen, the Hardy Boys, they teamed up in TNA in 2011, but the run was short-lived. With both of you being in much different places in your lives, do you appreciate the ability to work together again now that you've overcome some adversity in your lives?
Oh, now more than ever. We both went through the dark periods, and on the other side of those dark periods, coming out on the better side of that and still performing like we are, whether he's on the indie show or Ring of Honor, I'm in TNA doing my thing. We're still, rocking it, and then to reunite and be just as good as we've ever been is really, it pays off for the fans, for us, the confidence. It's always there, and it's a good feeling, man. I'm 36 years old now, and Matt, just to get back together and to still rock the house is a good feeling.
Mike York?
Jeff, there's no question that the Hardy Boys are one of, if not the greatest tag teams in the history of professional wrestling. And as someone who's seen and done it all in the tag team ranks, who do you consider to be the greatest tag team of all time, aside from yourself and Matt?
I don't think there's such a thing as the greatest of all time. I always hate that when you talk about the greatest, of all, in the world, or like narrowing it down to like one great. If I had to choose, if I was forced to choose, I would, oh gosh, I don't know. The Legion of Doom. I loved those guys as a kid, but then the Rockers, the Rock and Roll Express back in those days. I don't know. I don't think there is one as far as the best in the world or the greatest of all time, but I'm going to go out on a limb and speak with confidence here, and I think that Matt and myself are in that category.
Absolutely, but let me say, can you look? Mike Chiari was asking that question because he's a giant mark. He loves Demolition. He wanted you to say Demolition is better than Legion of Doom.
So I didn't want that.
Yes, you did. Don't lie. Don't lie to Jeff Hardy. He's a guest. Don't lie to our guests. Jeff Hardy. If you had to pick a tag team, Legion of Doom or Demolition, who you got?
You know what? I've been doing interviews all day, and I think this is the perfect answer as far as, in my opinion. For me in the NWA, it was Sting. WWF back in the day, it was the Ultimate Warrior. Myself combined, I was both of those guys. And in the tag team world, I mean, the Hardy Boys, when it came to LOD, NWA, you know, and then WWF, Demolition, I was those as well. I mean, combined, it's like the energy those guys put off just on their entrance alone, not even the match. I mean, it's just, that's my style, that's my vibe as far as that otherworldly, you know, vision of these painted faces and huge men that are just incredibly talented and going to war. I mean, if I had to choose, I mean, I would go with LOD, but I don't have to choose.
Yeah, amazing. You did, though, and you made Mike Chiari so sad.
You said they were equal, kind of.
Brandon Galvin, good.
Yeah.
Jeff, I often feel the Hardy Boys versus Dudley Boys' first ever tag team table match in WWE is often overlooked when discussing the Hardy Boys' top defining moments. Do you too feel that match is overlooked when discussing the history of the Hardy Boys? And how do you feel now about having the opportunity to wrestle the Dudley Boys again, now that both the teams are in TNA?
It's almost surreal. I mean, if you'd asked me like what I would be doing, you know, 10 years from now, if you'd asked me that when I was 26, oh my God, I would have never said, oh, we'll probably be wrestling the, you know, Team 3D in TNA. I would have probably never said that. But it's just the way the world works, and you know, time, you know, and everything like falls into place with the universe and all that stuff, the energy. But like just for the fact that what we did back in the day, I mean, Edge and Christian as well. I mean, oh my gosh, those TLC matches. I mean, and to be in TNA now with Matt, myself, Devon, and Bubba. I mean, it's incredible we're still able to do what we do after what we put our bodies through and be as good as we are.
All right, Impact Wrestling is returning to New York City and the Manhattan Center August 5th, 6th, and 7th for another set of tapings. What was it like to return to the wrestling-centric New York City for the last set of tapings, and do you expect more of the same from the raucous crowds when you return next week?
I think so, yeah. I was, you know, I had done one live event there in that building, and, you know, previously in the past there's been so many just killer shows that took place at that venue, and naturally, you know, the fans are a little harder, and you're gonna hear some, you know, graphic chants, and I mean, it's gonna be, you know, it's intimidating to many people, and even leading up to the New York tapings last time, it was intimidating to me, and but oh my gosh, the overwhelming response I got and the matches I had, I mean, I hope we, you know, remain there for as long as we can, at least to do, you know, the film there and then maybe go somewhere else for a little bit. But that crowd, I mean, you can't beat that energy that is in that building when a TNA live event, when a TNA television taping's going on.
Mike Chiari?
Jeff, you were really able to show your range as a performer over the past few months with the Willow character. And having always worked as yourself in TNA and WWE, what type of satisfaction did you gain personally from switching things up from a creative perspective and going in a totally different direction with Willow?
One thing that, I mean, probably none of my fans, I mean, truly know, like every time I've wrestled anywhere, like over the past, you know, 10 years, I mean, Willow is Jeff Hardy. As far as back in the days of Omega, when I was, you know, I was Jeff Hardy, without it, with the painted face and the baby face, and then I was Willow wrestling my brother Matt Hardy later in the show, and I was the bad guy, the demon from down under, and I was completely different back in the day. But that was before I got all tattooed up, and now it's kind of it's very hard. I mean, I'd have to wear a shadow spandex suit to cover all my tattoos, and that's just not reasonable. I mean, to be able to happen. But the thing about Willow and Jeff Hardy, Willow has just the idea, the figment of my imagination has inspired so many Jeff Hardy moves, so many Jeff Hardy style, and the cut up sleeves on my arm that came from originally, you know, Marilyn Manson. Oh, that'd be great for Willow. I started rocking that back in Omega, and that originated back in Omega as Willow, and then that became one of the most popular merchandise items of all time. And I think the coolest thing about TNA letting me do Willow was that they were unafraid to let Jeff Hardy, you know, express himself like an extended version of himself, and they weren't afraid to put a mask on me, which WWE would have probably never done, because WWE, we can't cover his face. That's ridiculous. That's our moneymaker, you know. But man, I truly believe, I mean, deep down, you'll see in the future with TNA that it's going to work in a different manner than it was last time. But Jeff Hardy and his imagination, the figment of it that is Willow, you're gonna see a cool, visual about what really goes on in my mind, and we're gonna be able to like add that into, Jeff Hardy's persona. And you might see Willow live every now and then, but for the most part, it's kind of going to be like a glimpse inside my mind to see Willow, because the promos for Willow were just the vignettes leading up to Willow's debut. I mean, I'm so proud of those. That was one of the coolest things I've ever done in pro wrestling, and then to actually bring it to life, I mean, was great. And then right before Jeff Hardy came back, it was just starting to roll. The kids, the mask, you're just starting to see it. So we got to bring it back, and when we bring it back, it's going to be right.
BG?
Jeff, you and Matt are among the most popular wrestlers of all time, and both of you are very active on social media. Many wrestlers now are starting to host podcasts of their own. Have you, or perhaps you and Matt together, ever considered starting a podcast of your own?
That would be Matt. I rarely ever tweet. I mean, I usually only tweet if I have to, or TNA asks me to. And then, my thing with Instagram is if I paint my face, I'll do a picture, or maybe if I'm home watching Impact, I'll take a picture and just thank the town, over and over again. But that Matt, I can see Matt doing that totally. Me, not so much.
All right, now let's go. Last round of questions here. You're one of the top singles competitors in the sport today. I know you're joining forces with Matt, but you're still a world championship contender always. While joining forces with your brother is something that gives the fans something to enjoy right now, do you still have that taste for World Heavyweight Championship gold? And is that something you'd like to achieve in TNA again?
Oh, for sure. That's that feeling that never gets old, man. And ultimately, I would like to, when you talk about keeping or holding on to something for as long as you can, I would like to, whether, I retire a year from now, I would love to, win that title one more time and just keep it until that point that breaks me and ends me, whatever it may be during a match, that I would love to end my career as world champion. Because, I can't be Jeff Hardy without taking chances. If I feel like I feel now, I'm going to go out there and do just like I did against Bobby Lashley a few weeks ago. I'm going to go all out and go hard and go for it, to win that title. And that's what it's all about, man, living for the moment. And every night I go in that ring, man, I consider it possibly my last match, and that's the way I'm going to be until I'm done.
Now, with Matt back in TNA, he's going to probably, I know you're doing tag team run now, but if he's back for a while, he's going to be looking for singles gold as well. Would you consider working a program with Matt again, and would you go through him to win the title if it called for that?
Oh, my God, I would love it. And I think it could be done so tasteful, it would be insane. In TNA, I would love that. More than anything, I would love to work Matt, especially for the world title. Man, when you're talking about that, it would be, oh, my God, it'd be so good.
Mike Chiari?
Jeff, TNA's obviously done a good job of locking up a lot of its talent to long-term contracts in recent months. Have you given any thought to your current contract situation, and would you be interested in a long-term deal to remain a focal point of TNA?
Possibly, yeah. I'm locked in pretty much for 2 years because I re-signed for, it's up to TNA to keep me around. So, but yeah, for 2 more years, I'm pretty much locked up. But yeah, I'll make that decision when we get closer to that time. But like right now, I pretty much have a dream job. I have a 3-year-old daughter, man, and I'm fortunate enough in this lifetime to be able to, have this dream job and have so much time at home each and every day with her, growing and learning. And man, I take advantage of it. So I can go to television tapings or shows, and I can do my deal, and then I can come home and heal and spend so much time with my family, which I love more than life itself. And so, yeah, as long as I keep going like I'm going now with this schedule, it's perfect for me. As far as 5-10 years down the road, I can't say.
BJ?
Hey, Jeff, you spoke earlier about wrestling each match as if it was your last and working with Matt again. If you had the opportunity to book your last match, would you prefer to wrestle against Matt or with him as a tag team?
Oh, that's a good question. I think ultimately, man, yeah, that would be killer to wrestle Matt. Because we dove into this whole journey wrestling each other, so many times, and but yeah, that would be the perfect last match to wrestle Matt.
Listen, another huge thanks to TNA superstar Jeff Hardy for coming on the show, Destination X, this Thursday on Spike TV at 9 o'clock. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Jeff. We really appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Thanks for having me. Please don't miss that tag team match this week. It's a show stealer.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.